The Garden of Titans. An enormous cascading living jungle, dense with a deep thicket of vines, flowers and trees so diverse in color it looks as if it were a palette of paint. With blistering heat above 90 degrees Fahrenheit and heavy humidity and condensation that stuck to plants and trees, thick and looming trees in varied curves and bends with many different ancestries of living vegetation with heavy moss and brush strewn across each other like entangled ecosystems living as one. Butterflies, birds, and wildlife of many wondrous and different ancestries call this reclusive area known as the Garden home, a place of serene divine escape from the rest of the world untouched by outside presence. For most, a trip like this sounds pleasant and lovely, seeing the things many know to never ever cross into. Aragorn's Grove, which holds the garden, a myth spoken only by outsiders, but a trip against one's will of a week or more via caravan, tied by rope to others, strangled by plant poison, drugged, barely beyond consciousness, slapped and ripped by barbed vines and whipped branches to when death seemed inevitable. Pricked by many thorns, but then it stopped, and you all find yourselves in a place that has been spoke of by guards who have been taking you, known as the Garden. Many of you taken against your will and brought here by sons and daughters of Aragorn's army, known as the Ancestros, now to become reborn anew. Taken from life before, now a prisoner, a slave to the garden to bend to the knee of the noble families. You have heard so much spoken since your capture by other prisoners. Now the time is to see if you can survive the garden. After a few weeks in a small encampment, you have finally made it beyond the forest where salt water is smelled from afar. A group of ancestral guards have brought you past large looming vine and bramble walls and through huge stone-built gates. In the distance, a large city is seen with huge statues adorning individuals with armor and weapons hundreds of feet tall. A large gate is seen just outside the city named Viri, heard discussed amongst other prisoners and ancestral guards as you approach. Large statues with towering buildings full of many vibrant colors. Once arrived at the main gates, just outside the city, a slave trader stands, with many ancestral guards who are lined, wearing armor and clothed in multiple green coloration adorned in armor pieces and weaponry. As you all line up and shackled in chains, and in case of Sprite, in a small cage, carried with wings bound in a small sinew shackle to prevent any maneuverability that could make you any sort of nuisance to this guard. As you are accompanied by this guard, you wait under the bright mid-morning sun as Merchant's voice breaks the sounds of shackles dragging along the stone ground before they stop. And now, we'll move to the first scene. You guys wait amongst many other slaves and prisoners brought before guards and a trader. As you all stand before, you see under the hot, blistering heat, a trader speak, this merchant. You have been brought here because either you have been not valued in your life prior, or you are of no worth to anyone. We here are to change you. And that is everyone has a purpose and everyone has a necessity for life. We are here to change what you know. Noble families of the garden will bid on your heads for your worth, and you will be all assigned and brought down to the lot to prove your worth, to prove your value to your house, and to blossom, and to be given a second chance. Do not fail and be swallowed by the grasping vines. As you see the merchant step away and look as if he kind of steps away and looks at two individuals, a dark-complected man and some sort of lizard folk in the back, you notice immediately that after this speaking to these two individuals, he starts bidding. You see the first slave moves forward, and Ancestros, amongst many others that you see over the walls of the inside of the very city, start just cheering out different biddings, silvers, coppers for few. he immediately gets sold off. Neither one of these individuals take it. Pascal, as you are brought, you see the trader motions forward like he did to the other slave. He comes up to you. Introduce yourself and say anything of worth that you bring to make your value known. You see him step back and bow before you. You see the guard stand. This is where you can introduce yourself and say anything you wish of value about your character.
Right. So Pascal is currently he's a halfling, but he's a little bit taller than the usual ones. He has blondish hair, and he used to wear pretty noblish clothing, but as you have guessed, they have been stripped off. It seems that his last heist did not go as planned, and he ended up here. One small slip, and he fell all the way down. So as he steps up to the bidding panel, he's just going to kind of clear his throat, kind of pick up his gaze from the floor, look up and say, "My name's Pascal. I'm from a faraway land. Well, I wasn't supposed to be here, but I was sold off by some people I know. But I assure you, my life has worth, and I'm willing to prove it here."
You see the lizard folk step next. He's too scrawny. He's not gonna fit in with us. How about we just, No. He just turns his back. You notice a few bids go forth. You hear a copper, 2 copper. Not much of interest. And then you see an individual, dark complected. He steps forward. Peering through the lot of you, he motions to the trader. As he does so, you see him slip a few gold pieces, Pascal. You motion and you see something else traded. Everybody that is... Yeah, this is all of you. Give me a perception check here. As you guys try and... just give me a viewpoint of your surroundings, and if you can see exactly some of the exchanges that are going on here with some of the guards and some of these traders. Don't start off too hot now.
Sorry.
Okay.
I hate to bring this up now, but how...
That's perfect time. How do you roll? Okay, so you go under your actor's character sheet, and if you have everything filled out, it should be under... And let me open...
It's directly under your AC on like your front page of your sheet.
Yeah, so that's everyone rolling
perception,
perception, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's just above initiative.
Ooh.
Oh, first nat 20. Oh, wow. Already? Wow, that's a record right there.
Wasting it on the perception.
Yes, sir. That's per usual. Come on. Perception roll? See everything.
Zap, you want to throw it out there?
Yeah, it did. It was the nat 20. 23, wasn't it? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're
Am I lying?
26 if you're not 20.
Oh.
But that was
an expert
20, 20 plus 6, 26. No, wait, that was Rocky. Wait, am I wrong?
Yeah, that was Deuce.
Yeah, it was
My damn-
Rocky.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I was about to
damn
say, that
fool.
was...
Wait, who's roll? Never mind.
I'm a damn fool.
No, you're good. You're okay. Here we
I
go.
got it.
All right. So as you guys take a few moments and you guys look around, you notice that there are many guards that are doing, I'd say, what looks like shady business with some of these individuals. You notice Emal, this individual. You notice as his name is said by the trader loud enough for some of you to hear. Emal, sir, you're gonna have to pay me more than that if you think you like the look of some of this here seedlings that we've brought. You hear this Emal gentleman whisper something in, and then he steps forward. As he does so, you notice he is very well adorned in some sort of red mannered, and he has the markings of a bright, almost goldish embellished L.
Ooh.
As he looks, you all, I am looking for 6 or 7 individuals. We have needs for Coliseum fighters, and we have needs for certain diplomacy needs, and possibly other, well, things that we can discuss. If any of this, or any of you have any of this nature in your backgrounds, I am not willing to pay, but know that my master is willing to give you a proper home. He turns and he looks over his shoulder directly at this lizard folk. I can't say the rest for many others here. And you see the lizard folk kind of snarls at him. They will most likely eat you or do horrible things to you if you act out or even speak out. I can promise you that some of your items might be given back. I can also promise that some of your items, or at least goods from before, from your past life, may still be given to you as treatment in time. You wait a few moments, and the trader steps forward. I have another bid. I want them. You say that this is a lot that is worth bidding for? A gold a head. You see him all turn around. I'm going to need to know more about this lot. He steps back. You see a guard push forward as you nug. Please introduce your character. As Pascal, you are moved over to the side.
Okay, so Nug's like about 7 foot tall. About real beefy guy. No shirt, just pants.
And he is a gnoll.
And I'm a gnoll. So I have a dog, a hyena face. I'm like, hey, I'm Nug.
What is your worth?
I know how to fight.
Is that
I'm
your
really
only
strong.
Is that your only worth? Fighting. Are you a good fighter? Do you have any
Yes.
notable titles or ranks? What is your best feat?
No. I'm really strong.
Really strong. You see a guard motions up and moves you over to the side and motions Pascal down. And as you guys move forward, you notice that more money in the background, beyond where they are standing, you see that there are what look to be certain banners representing families. As your eyes adjust to this early morning sun, you realize that some of these banners that are seen very far off in the city distance hang high on many walls. As you guys look around, you notice that many of the fields far off are fully encompassed by farmers working. A guard steps forward and he pushes you forward, Kiki. If you'd like to introduce your character.
Well, what can I say? I'm tall, handsome, fast. If you let me show you, I can show you how deadly I can be.
I like this guy. He might be mine, Emo. What's the bid on him? 1 gold? Greenskin. Can you fight?
Yes, I can.
You
And
see
I'd
him.
be happy to show you.
He flips a gold to the trader. I'll take a bid on him. One of the guards moves you aside, and the rest of you motion down. As you all do so, the line starts moving forward. As Rocky, you are brought forward. As Ensley, you are moved forward with a guard in tow. As Barnabas, behind you, you all hear some of these prisoners kind of moaning about. As they look on, they see, and you hear them say, I have no value compared to these individuals. What the fuck am I gonna give to these guys? These guys are actual trained individuals. Let's hope this guy has nothing to offer. Rocky, you are pushed forward if you'd like to introduce your character.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as that guard pushes him, you see that his feet are very, very quick to get to the center of this area right here. And
What is your value?
Yep. Yeah, he tries, instead of really saying anything right away, he casts a glare right towards the guards, the trader, all the potential buyers, to make sure that all their attention is on him.
Oh, they're all
And then
looking.
Yep. And then he says, crap.
He's stuttering here, boys. Right before us. It's all right. He's got some muscle on him. Do you fight?
Yeah, in response to that, Rocky pushes his fist into his open hand, just pap.
You do so. The lizard folk kind of seems intrigued by this, as you are somewhat of his kin and heritage. He looks forward. Brother, what would you want to do if you come fight with me? Show me that you can fight, win a few, and I can promise I won't kill you.
Yep.
Ah.
He throws out his claws and just and then he opens his mouth to kind of roar, but not actually. He just he goes ha.
As you do so, you see a coin flip to the trader. A bid was made. You're not sure how much. As you are pushed aside, you notice that you, Ensley, are moved inside of this small cage, almost trapped, very unjustly. And as you and as you see this, the guard, as you're walking up, you hear murmurs. You filthy little fucker. You better just not say anything. Not just rattle you around. You see, he just kind of shakes your cage a little bit. Yeah. All right. He kind of just sits you down on the ground. All right, there. Go. You drop
right.
there.
I'm on the ground, right?
Yep.
I take a couple seconds, look around. Ensley's darting his eyes back and forth. He's adorned in, like, you know how Tinkerbell looks with that little cloth thing with the one shoulder. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That's the kind of clothes I got.
Gotcha.
All right. I start biting at the cage walls like I'm a savage animal.
All right, so you start biting like this, like slash like metal and wooden kind of exterior. You see the dark complected Manny Maw. He steps forward. Come on, this is just unjust. Can we at least be civil? There's no way that this sprite or any flying creature can leave here. We know this to be true. It's imbued by the garden. And you see one of the guards step forward. It's not about that. He just kind of, and he just spits right on you. You kind of catch a part of it, and it just kind of just slobs all down your back. As it does, it kind of builds up. He kind of kicks the side of you. You see him all step forward. I say you touch him one more time, and I will have your name, soldier. You see he kind of steps back a little bit, knowing that this person must be of some sort of stature. You see him all kind of look down. What is your true value, young one? He kind of gets a closer look, and then well, you're not very young at all. You're just small. You've traveled. What's your value?
Ensley sits for a moment, kind of gives up the act that he's the savage beast that's being kept in a cage. And he says, please, sir. I would be great as any form of catering you needed, or I would be of great service to your house and to your upkeep. I swear. Us sprites are very good workers.
You see him look at you. He kind of kneels down and whispers, do you know any of these individuals that you've been imprisoned by?
Is this am I supposed to know these people?
You've traveled with them for like maybe a week or two, so you guys kind of just know fucking not really anything, so
we're associates,
it's up to you.
Not friends.
Right.
Yeah. You're in the same group at this point. Yeah. At this point, you're all in the same bucket, so whichever way you wish to look at this. Answer this however you want.
I've been kept in this cage mostly for my protection. The dogman and the lizard are pixie eaters. They devour us and open up our homes. They kill all of us. They're very unjust, beastly creatures.
He says, silence! Get back in line! Shut up!
Fuck, I've never eaten a sprite before.
Yeah, you see, when he says that lizard folk are pixie eaters, you see him grimace and go ah in response to that.
You see the
They're
one
too
in the
small.
back. He's like, yeah, I made a few fucking pixies. Not gonna
Pixie
lie.
legs.
Not
I heard
all lizard folk. Not all lizard folk.
They taste like frog legs.
You wait a few moments. As he kneels down, he looks down at you. I want to bet on the whole lot. Tell your friends to, well, if they're your friends, or whoever you may know in here, anybody of value I want to speak with before you're shipped off. I may wish for some of you to stay here. You are then picked back up by this guard and brought back over, as all of you, in a somewhat marching manner, are brought over and fashioned next to this small little river bend that sits maybe a few feet deep. You see the line moves forward as Barnabas, Jesus, I'm gonna mess that up, I can already tell. You see Imal as he steps back, a guard kind of pushes you forward. Go on! Tell him what's your name and your value.
I'm Barnabas Stitcher. I'm a doctor by trade, a healer. My worth should be self-evident. If push comes to shove, I can sever an artery from 10 paces with a dagger.
After this is said, you hear many bids immediately. Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay.
Shit, I forgot we could do that. That's an action you could do. Make an impression. You're like,
Yeah.
12. The crowd looks at you. They look at your stature. You see the trader. He goes to the back. You see a few individuals take a moment looking over. He comes forward after about 5 or 6 individuals come forward, and then you see him all kind of head him off before he goes in. I want to know what they bid before you move him anywhere. He seems to be very important to, and he looks back, some certain individuals. Takes a step. The trader moves forward. You have been offered very many, What do you think about working on dead bodies?
The work is not unfamiliar to me.
He turns and he nods to the crowd member. What about amputating small children against their will?
That I might have.
it's a completely different question.
Yeah, it's very different.
You see the head kind of motions differently back towards the crowd. How well can you fight?
Reasonably well. Knowing the body means you know where to strike.
You see him turn. He shouts many numbers and the bids go off. He ends with 5 gold. You see him all, he stepped forward. That's preposterous. We've never had a prisoner for 5 gold. You hear this over the talks. You wait a few moments. The trader sees something that he, I guess, notices from Imal. As he moves forward, you see Imal pull something out of his front pocket. This seems to be a crescent golden coin, very large. You all see this. It's very plain in day. And as you see this, he turns and he motions it to the crowd. I'm using a family favor. You see most of the crowd. Oh, come on, Imal! That's fucking bullshit! I'm using it now. I wish to take this lot. I'm going to take my pick. You all can have what's left. The trader turns. This is the most money we've been able to make all week, and you're gonna just take it from us? He looks right at him. This is for the Langrud family. If you want to know more, you can take it up with Ulamir. He walks forward. Barnabas, you're mine. There's a few others that I wish to know, and he looks forward, and as he does so, a guard pushes you all forward as you all are kind of moved together, and he falls behind as you see the trader and the merchant falling behind, quite pissed off. He motions at most of you, and he points. He does not wish to have the first slave. He motions, I do not want him. These 6, these are very exotic. They are not human or elven in very few descent. I even think that some of them come from possible different ancestries that are not from this land. I want them for myself. He takes a few glances at the trader and he looks very sternly and he gives him another gold. Take this favor and do not say another thing. You wait a few moments. Fine. See the trader turn? And he makes his way back. The lizard folk sits there. Come on, this is fucking bullshit. You're going to let them just take the cream of the crop? Look at those puny ones left. They're nothing. Emal looks. I could take them too if you don't want them, Ricochet. He just looks at him and grimaces. Who's to say I just won't eat them? You all, before the rest of this discussion ends, are brought to a small caravan where you are quickly loaded and you hear payments being made. You hear them all exchange payments with what seems to be caravans, are as most of you are hooded and cloaked. Now, before you guys are hooded and cloaked, you notice... Actually, give me all perception checks. We'll do this again here. And we'll make this a group perception. As now we'll move you guys to the overarching map of what the actual Viri city will be.
What?
This
What
guy's
the fuck?
Rocky got it again. Holy crap!
roll it again,
He is
Rocky.
aware.
Roll it again
This
right now.
motherfucker's on Adderall.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna get it, but roll it again. Here it goes. Okay. Dice gods
Still
love
can
you.
roll.
Dice gods love you. All right, so you guys have been brought in here. As I will ping all the way up north to where number 2 is almost. I put a little pin here. I can probably make it bigger at some point, which I'll do because that's tiny. But that is essentially where you guys are being like held and discussed outside the walls. As you guys sit here, you are being put into a caravan. Your perceptions, Rocky, you immediately notice, along with Ensley, Kiki, Barnabas, you all notice that your items, though they are stripped, they're being kept. You see Emal go and motion to a guard. I want whatever they had on them. Yes, anything of importance. Weapons, anything. I don't want it sold. Yes, all armor. Everything. Even their fucking food. Yes, you heard me. You hear a few things being brought out and then dumped into a caravan as you guys are crushed and smashed into this. You hear chains and shackles brought beneath your legs, tied up behind. Your hands are brought beneath you and behind your legs as you are put to your knees and almost face to the walls. Very uncomfortable. You hear a voice of a god say, "This will be a few-hour trip. It will not be comfortable. Try and sleep. We will drug you. You will not know your orientation. Do not try and flee." You hear them all. "We don't need to fucking drug them. I have plans, and I need to speak with them along the ride." You hear a guard. "But I'm going to fucking drug that little sprite guy. He just looked at me, and he's like, 'You will do no such thing. He's in my possession now.'" And you notice you guys are all put very tightly into this caravan, and you start hearing it motion. With a 20, a natural 20, Rocky, you notice that not only are items brought, but Emal is loading up a second caravan that is also going with you. You notice that you are not the only ones that were purchased. You catch just a small glance of Emal making also another purchase and others being brought into a similar caravan behind you. You catch very faint whispers of, "Make sure they're ready as soon as we stop."
Would I know what? Yeah,
You
would Rocky know
have
what the
you
others
have
are?
no idea. You just can assume that they are maybe slaves or prisoners, or you're not sure. Somebody else or another caravan has been loaded up with what you can believe to be other occupants of some sort.
Oh, okay.
Now, as you guys are in this caravan, there are no guards. There's nothing happening in this caravan, and you guys hear the doors close and a small creak left open in the one side caravan door, maybe a foot open. You guys have this section open and free to you. Is there anything anybody wishes to do as you hear Emal and some of the guards preparing for your next voyage? You hear discussions, I'll say with you guys for the most part rolled high enough. You guys hear that it's going to be close to 8 to 12 hours at the current pace getting to where they're going, and you guys are going to the actual Lengrud estate. You hear a few moments. Emal, he makes his way. We'll be leaving here in the next couple of minutes, make sure they're ready. And I'm going to be sitting in there with them. I want a few guards accompanying me, but I just want to speak with them along the ride. You wait a few moments, and you see Emal and this lead guard just kind of head back. As you guys are in there, do you guys wish to do anything?
Yeah. So, so we're basically chained up and alone, right?
Yep.
Like, there's no guards, right?
Yep, in a caravan. You are in about a 20 foot by 10 to 12 foot wide caravan. Oops, excuse me. And you are essentially by yourselves. There are 6 of you, and you guys all have whatever you wish to do. I mean, you're chained and shackled. You have hands behind your back, and your feet are bound. But, you can at least move your hands, and you guys don't really have anything on you. But you guys can at least talk.
I'll gesture my head towards the Kenku that I don't know the name of.
Barnabas.
If you hover over everybody's name, you should be able to. Oh, sorry, we're not in. Hey, and I will.
Right. In character, I don't. I say.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It seems that you've won the most favor. Aren't you lucky?
Yeah, not too fussed about the ire it seems to be bringing me, though. Can I help you?
I just have to know who I'm going to be staying with, I assume. I maybe look over and try to meet eyes with him all. I don't know if he's around.
Yeah, he is. Give me another perception check as you're waiting. This takes a few more moments, but as you sit here.
All of us are just him.
Oh yeah, you wait a few moments and you catch eyes as Emal's kind of making his way back. He sees that a guard's kind of motioning to close the door, and you see that your eyes kind of lock with Emal, and he motions for the guard not to close the door. He doesn't necessarily notify the guard that he's locked eyes with you, but you catch this.
What generous masters we have here.
He just looks back. For now, at least, I want you alive, and you seem to be more worth than I think others really understand. Things that happen here are not necessarily as they seem to be. I'll explain more once I'm inside. You see that he starts gathering things and he starts getting ready to make his way in. You see a few guards walk in. They all check on each one of your shackles and barments and make sure before each one of you have this rag kind of put over with mixed of roots and what look like some sort of herb smashed into all of your nostrils and part of your mouth. You wait a few seconds and you almost become lethargic in this manner, and then Emal enters. It's just a precaution for the long journey. You currently outnumber us, and we just want to make sure that you make it just safely. You wait a few moments, you feel the caravan kick off. Now, we're going to fast travel, but while this is all going on, Emal sits there and he immediately stands for just a few moments, stretching his legs after a few hours as you guys have been traveling for, I'd say, about 9 or 10 hours. You notice that the bright morning sun is starting to turn into later dusk, and you start seeing the sun starting to actually turn into what starts to be an early night. You notice that the heat starts to subdue, and you wait as Emal looks at you all. We're going to be arriving soon. I'm not going to lie. That was not the only test. I've been watching your body languages the entire time, and you are all quite strong individuals. I hope you will make it through this next step. The drugs will be wearing off momentarily, and your first trial will be as soon as you step off this caravan. You will be tested, and you must be ready at any moment's notice. He looks at you all. This is the first step for many of us in a long pathway. How much can I trust each one of you? As he looks each one of you directly in the eye. He takes a few moments to do so. Can I trust you? I have spoken to many prisoners and slaves, and I'm asking each one of you, what value does your word actually hold?
Pascal's just gonna clear his throat. You can trust me as much as you can throw me.
He kind of chuckles. Well then, I assume that an ally, we shouldn't have any trouble with you. What about the rest of you? Am I going to have a trouble with you? And he looks right at the lizard folk, and then he looks right at the gnoll. Are there going to be issues? Are we going to have problems? Some of you say you wish to fight. I don't wish to always fight you. Here we train. Here, we do things for the family. The Lengrud family. He motions to the banner as you guys all look up in this dimly lit as he holds now this small lantern to it. And you see these red banners adorning a large L in this cursive font. They have been tied and treated very well. And you notice that now that you have a better look and you kind of have taken a moment to gather your surroundings and kind of calm down after being captured and brought into this new lifestyle, that these caravans are most likely owned by the family. They're very well made and very well kept. You notice that they have been treated, and these are traveled and very well traveled caravans, but still very well mannered. You see him look. You will respect the families. Everything that they will give you can be taken away, including your life. Ulamir is the youngest of them all, and he leads the family. You must bend the knee to him at all cost. He has a mother and he has a sister, among others. A few brothers and a few friends, family members. They all go by the name Lengrud. Even myself. My name is Emal Lengrud. That is not my proper name, but that is what I go by here. Is that understood? Your names prior are forgotten. Your names now end in Lengrud. That is who you represent from here on out. You are now our property. If you wish to become free, if you wish to not be a Lengrud anymore, there are easy ways, as you hear the caravan starting to bend and wind on a different road. You hear a cobble almost. We are getting even closer. I must hurry up. These are how you can gain your freedom. I normally don't tell many individuals, as many die, but you can gain favor with the family by doing mostly espionage or fighting in the gladiatory sanctum. The Colosseum or the underground Colosseum. All three of those can, well, win you much favor very quickly. If you wish to tip in the political field, it's very, let's say, ballsy to do so. I myself, I don't seek to ever be in a diplomatic field with many of these families. You'll die. But you'll die in many of these. So understand that when you are brought to circumstance, answer truthfully, as that will most likely be your only answer. You hear a guard tap on the back. We're getting close, Seymour. All right. I told you that you needed to be ready. There will be many trials and tribulations along the way. Some, or many, will include your life, starting almost immediately. There are going to be family members waiting. It is a party. If you wondered why I brought you all here, there's supposed to be a fight tonight. And not in your honor, let's just say that. The family members invite certain individuals, and we have talked them down from making it a game and instead a sporting event to see what, well, or who prisoners or slaves are the best of this year's crop. I told them I would bring the best ones and put on a show for them. If you all value your lives, you all need to put on a show. He looks and he turns. All of your items. If you survive this next obstacle, you will most likely be able to choose one if you kneel before Ulumir after this next bout. As you all hear this, you notice that his body language changes. Yes, you are going to be fighting. And he looks out the window that is barely seen. Very soon, in fact. They are going to open the doors, and I'm literally going to kick you out in a moment's time, unshackle you, and you are going to fight whoever is in the caravan behind us. There are 6 other individuals, and you must fight for your survival, as there are only 6 cells in one of the prisons. Fight for your survival. Those that survive, they will be inaugurated as Langroods. If you're able to do so, you will be treated fairly, I can promise you that, as long as you do what is told of you. He looks around, and then he speaks very quietly. I myself am not even safe. I find myself still to this day falling to the knee of many, but I one day will be free. So, you need to fight for your lives. You hear a loud poof, poof, poof. About another minute, and then we're gonna be there, Imal. He turns. All right. Prepare yourselves. As he looks down, he starts prepping, as he has lock and key with 3 other guards that start unshackling you as you start feeling the drugs in a very timely manner start to wear off. You guys in a moment feel everything stop for a second. As you wait, you sit here. You think for a moment you hear the caravan stop, and on the outside you hear laughter. A few individuals. You wait a second, and then you feel Imal look at you with intensity. It's time. Be ready. One by one, you guys are each kicked out into darkness. You see brought right before you 6 other individuals that are kicked out. You see Imal standing within the caravan as a few other guards, now adorning different attire, red and gold, with almost this silvery adornment within the ornament of this armor. You hear a voice call from the back. All right, let's fight. I want to see it, and I want to see it quick and bloody. Take them out. Whoever lives, I'll let you stay and earn your keep. As you guys all look at these other slaves, they immediately fall out and they start looking immediately at each other. You hear murmurs, we're supposed to fucking fight them? These all look like humans, and as they turn and look among your motley crew of random and different individuals, you see Imal come up, and as he looks right at you, you notice he turns, he goes, and he looks at Ensley. He pops you out of your cage, though your wings are still slightly imbued. You're only able to fly about 15 feet high. Be very careful. It will break, and if the sinew breaks, I don't know what the magical effect will do to you. He takes a step back. As he does so, I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh boy. Using
Yep.
what ability?
Perception.
Alright, lovely.
Oh yeah, like one thing that I forgot to talk about when it comes to Rocky, when the masters and all the big authorities are out, you'll see that he tries not to speak at all if possible.
Yeah.
And you'll see why next time I get the opportunity. It's in What did I get? A 10.
Okay. All right, so
First not natural 20 perception.
as you guys do this, you look, and as you see some of these slaves, they get out, most cloaked and hooded. You see many humanoid. They look out, and they are almost dazed in a way. You all having backgrounds in a nature of fighting and living for survival. This is part of what you're used to. You guys will all go first and have one action to start the round, as it will be basically a surprise round. I'll allow everybody to do one free action in this initiative turn before we actually get into the first round. So we'll just start with Pascal. So as you get out and you are kicked out immediately, you jump to your hands and knees and you look. And in this dark light now, as your eyes adjust, you see these 6 individuals. What do? You have one action.
Right, alright, okay, Pasco's gonna look around. Right, I do not trust these people whatsoever. I'm going to take the stride and I'm just gonna get away. I'm just gonna run this way.
All right.
As he just gets to his legs and just swoops away.
All right, you quickly do so. Nug, on to you.
Nug's just cackling. I'm just fucking hyena laughing. And I'm just gonna get in my mountain stance. That's it, though. That's all.
All right. So next we have Barnabas.
I suppose I will devise a stratagem. That'll be my turn.
Okay.
That's... For that I roll this. Well, it's not worth doing anything right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll this. Whoops. I don't know why I rolled that for you. That was for me. Yeah, I don't know why that rolled for you. Okay. Just had to add these guys in here. All right. Rocky.
Yep. Yeah, you see the big lizard folk take position right here.
All right, so you move up.
And yep. Yeah, and he'll bring his hands forward like, "Come at me, bro."
Got you. All right, anything else?
Nope. I mean, that's all he can do anyway.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's right, sir. All right, so Ensley, on to you.
You said it's only 15 feet.
Yeah, 15.
What?
You're just yeah, your mic kind of cut out. You're just slightly hindered. You can move 15.
You can he move 15?
Yeah.
Like, does he have normal movement speed horizontally though?
Yeah, you can run if you wish. You just can only fly 15.
Like flying 15 feet up?
Fly 15 feet in the air.
Yeah, if you want to go up, you can do so.
That's what I do. Fly 15 feet in the air.
All right, so you're up 15 feet. So you just kind of you go up. All right, Kiki, on to you.
Yeah, Kiki will will raise his arms in the air and bow before the onlookers. And if I can, I don't know if I need to be trained to do this, but you might have to, but can I make an impression?
Yeah, you can make an impression. That's fine.
I see all these game master probably roll some dice. I'm scared.
That's a lie, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Sure, so I don't know what role that would be, but
Well, what are you trying to do? You want to make an impression, so do you want to try
Yeah,
and
just for the
intimidate
family.
or for the family?
yeah,
Okay,
I
so
just want to like curry
you can
favor.
you can give me like a performance check if you wish to, or do you want to like give me a diplomacy check, or what are you trying to do? Are you trying to yell at him?
I'll just say out loud. I'll be like,
Yeah, give me a diplomacy
I
check.
dedicate this fight to the beautiful family,
Okay.
the Lagrudes.
All right, so you yell that at him.
Okay, great. And then that's my one action, right?
Yep. And then you can give me a diplomacy check if you wish to. And then after that, we'll go right into, yeah, Kiki, on to you. All right, with the 7, or no, excuse me. Yes, with the 7, he just looks back. You see the smaller of the two, the younger individual male. He looks forward. He tips a drink. Well, then let's have a good one. You notice now we enter actual initiative, where we are now onto you, Pascal. What do you do?
Right. So I'm gonna scour the floor. Is there any like sticks, stones that?
Yeah, you look
that's,
around.
like,
You
visible?
find all kinds of sticks and stones. Some that are big enough to easily throw and do damage.
All right, lovely. All right, I think I'm gonna grab one of the stones. So that would be an action, right?
Yep.
And then I'm just going to throw it at this guy over here.
All right.
I'm just
You
gonna
can
make
just
a
you
strike
can
action.
ping. You can just click and hold
Oh,
Yep.
like
oh,
that.
nice. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Thank you very much. And I'm good. Then just going to just throw the stone as hard as I can. So that would be
So if you
dexterity,
want-
I believe.
Yep. And if you want, you can click on the actual individual and hit T, and it'll target them, and then you can roll on them, and then everything you pretty much do will go to them.
Lovely. Right, so I'm gonna roll to hit. So +4 to hit.
Oh yeah, yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so I can't apply sneak attack, but I think this would be a 1d4 because it's an improvised weapon, right?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna roll 1d4 and damage.
2.
And as Pascal just takes a stone, he just winds up.
Pascal
and
took 2 damage.
Oh wait, don't I?
Yeah, you targeted yourself.
You targeted yourself.
He
hit himself.
He hurt himself in his confusion. No, but as he's just gonna throw the stone with all his might, he's then gonna use his final action, and he's gonna look at this person he hit with a rock. Even a mere halfling can beat you in a fight. Don't you feel a little bit pathetic? And he's gonna try using demoralize.
Oh, okay. Give me a
Yeah.
Are you close enough for demoralize?
I think it's 30 feet.
30 feet. Oh,
shit.
you got to move.
Fuck.
Nope. 10 feet.
That's fine.
All good.
You know, I'm just gonna use my final action just to stride over by this tree.
All right. Getting in cover. Gotcha. All right. After that, on to this bandit. He's going to immediately look and say, oh, holy shit, I guess if we're fighting for it. He runs up immediately, kind of shitting his pants. He's going right into you, my man. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see.
Yeah.
We'll do this one. We'll do this one. See if we
Rocky
got-
Rocky tilts his head downwards, looking at the bandit, and just smiles at him,
Well, the first
wanting to
one.
see just how much that hits him.
Yeah, the first one's gonna hit for sure. So that one's gonna do. Second one's gonna miss. That's gonna do 4 damage. Second one, as he comes up with his fist, just going up, doing basics. Or, excuse me, I rolled with the wrong. I rolled with the scimitar. I didn't roll with his fisties. Well, he missed anyway. That was my bad. The first one though, and he does hit, but it's not gonna get the multiplier, and I'm gonna just roll it. I don't know why he doesn't have an unarmed strike. It does 2 damage. You take 2 bludgeoning as he just kind of sucker punches you right in the gut. And I gotta change that guy. All right, Nug, on to you.
Oh, it's me?
Yep.
Let
That was his
me.
movement in 2.
Okay. I'm just checking how much I can move. Oh, I'm gonna do this. He's just gonna move up here. So how did this target work? Do I just click it? Then I just click him?
Yeah, you
Oh.
just click and hit T. Yep.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I am going to trip him as my first action. And that is an athletics check. Where is athletics? I'm having the biggest. There we go. Wham! It's against his. I'll fucking look after I roll it.
Oh yeah, you're good.
So he is tripped.
Yes.
Is that a
100%.
critical success?
I'm pretty sure it's 10 plus. What is it? My athletics? Or is it my
Yeah,
acrobatics?
I have to look.
I think I got it right here. Pretty sure it's
That's
your acrobatics.
You try against the reflex DC. Trip is a reflex.
That's 2, so it's 12. So then it is a critical success.
Okay, so he takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage. So I just,
Nice.
can you do that to him?
Yep. You roll the damage, I can do everything to him.
Woo! He took 1 damage from the ground.
All right.
And then we use flurry of blows. Can you apply flat-footed to that guy, or whatever
Yep.
being prone applies to you? Yeah,
Oh,
flat-footed.
he's flat-footed, you say?
Okay, here is my first flurry of blows attack. Where is the pop-up? There we go. 12. Does 12 miss if he's flat-footed?
That'll just hit anyway.
It says missed. 4. 5 damage.
It says
And then
missed
I'm
by
gonna-
3. What'd you roll?
I got
12?
a flat 12.
Yeah, it's not right.
Total 12.
It should hit.
Okay. Here's the second attack. That one also hits.
Yep, both those hit.
And there's that. I saw one more action.
So wait, 7 damage?
Yeah, 7 damage.
You see him as he immediately falls. As you crush in with him under your mighty strength, you literally crush him. You see the human just, as the skull just crushes before you. He is dead.
Okay, I'm gonna start cackling like a fucking hyena, and I'm gonna demoralize this man.
You see the family behind just kind of look on and just smile.
$14. Can
Yes,
I target
that will demoralize. Yeah, you can click in T.
I demoralize? I'm gonna test it.
Maybe.
No, it doesn't.
No. That will
Is
though.
he-
Yes, that will.
I'm assuming it's not critical.
No, not
success,
critical.
it's just right in one.
Yep.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Barnabas, on to you.
I am going to ready my action to move up and devise a strategy against the next person who moves forward. The next enemy, even.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right, you see this guy. He immediately is going to... he's going to move over. Yeah, he's just going straight up in. Both these guys are. I would assume for the most part. He didn't hear. He's going into you, Nug. It's that +2. 17. Your AC
Yes.
misses.
19.
All right, doing it again. Nope. It's the end of his turn as you see him just kind of swing up errantly, coming up the Rocky as well. This guy, seeing he turns, I will fight for you! And he seems to run up, and he's going to slam into you as well.
That's
18.
Yep.
All right, 18 will hit. So here we go. He's gonna do 2 damage to you. This is +1. So as he punches into you, as one connects, you feel it. Not much, but you take the brunt of it. That's the end of his turn. And now we are on to that guy's done. On to this guy. He moves
let my ready
forward.
go off.
Yep. as he moves forward, getting ready to start tagging into Rocky as well. Now, seeing that, they're kind of mobbing him, he's going to roll. Both unarmed strikes at you. Ooh. 11 and a 12. Both miss. Correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So you just...
Yeah, a lot of them just, So
they're just...
like, a lot of these punches just, land onto his, very thick skin. Just, pap and pap.
Well, now it's your turn. Time to retaliate.
Yeah, with just a single, swing of his, with a swing of his tail, he starts on this guy.
Critical hit. Oh god.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna...
And then,
Oh, critical. Shit, nice.
This was to the guy on the right
This
first,
motherfucker's
right?
critting for days.
yeah, it was this guy,
Yep,
yes.
that's what I thought. Yep, so, Jesus. What was the damage?
He hasn't rolled it yet.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, you see this
18.
guy? He just drops. You immediately look and you notice that he just falls as he does so.
Actually, yeah, he's still, his, body is still hanging onto his tail, and the body slams into this guy for sweep.
So he's dead. And he's gonna slam into this guy?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean the critical. I'll roll the normal instead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So you're gonna tail sweep hit him into this guy, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna just move into this guy as he does so. What's the damage?
7.
7. Jesus. As
Yeah,
you
put some more.
slam into him, you literally see him as he starts to keel over. He's barely alive as he still stands. All right. At the end of your turn?
Oh.
You got one more?
Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Yeah, as part of that whole action, he's just going to give he's gonna look at he's going to gaze into this guy's eyes, and he'll point at him, saying, as if to say, "You're next."
Okay.
So I'll demoralize.
All right.
I'll do I'll look for intimidate, and there we go.
Oh, yeah. It is not a critical success, though. Close.
No, that's okay.
So you frighten him. Let me add that. All right. And that's the end of your turn. Ensley, on to you.
All right, Ensley. Ensley's a simple man. Hold on. These guys are both low, from what I remember. Right?
They're dead. The guys with the skulls are dead. They have been beaten to a fucking pulp.
I'm gonna fly over this dead guy. Is that one action?
Yep.
How do I move him?
Should just be click and drag.
You have your ruler selected. You have to have this.
Oh shit.
We've all done it.
Select tokens. I'll fly over this dead guy. And then I'm gonna enter Dragon stance. Come on. Come on now. I start spinning, you know what I mean? You ever played Street Fighter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, the
You know what I'm
Tatsumaki Senpuken?
Yeah, you know what you said, for sure.
Exactly. That thing.
Enter Dragon Stance, it applies that. That's 2 actions. I got one more, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you applied it? I can't see it on your token.
This is Dragon Stand. You are unarmored.
You gotta go to your items.
Yeah,
Like
this
on the
is
top right.
yeah. In the top
And
right,
you
we had
gotta
to figure
click
this
and you
out.
gotta click and drive your stance onto your token.
Uh,
So you can get the attacks and stuff.
okay. Right. I have to go to my item.
Items.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, not
Hang on.
items on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Items
Items
next
on-
to the journal and the actors on like Foundry.
Oh yeah, actually, there's an entry on the Dragon Stance thing in the chat that says stance, Dragon Stance. Try clicking and dragging that.
Yeah, see if
That
you can just
will
click and
probably
drag that. That might work too. Yeah, effect item.
That
Yeah.
works. That would be so much easier.
Wait, where's
There
your
it is.
character?
I'm on top of the dead guy.
Let me move him
Yeah.
so we can see him easier. Can we just click and drag that? Oh yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Oh,
Holy.
yo, Duke, genius. All right, cool, dope.
All right. Then if I understand how this works, if I use Flurry of Blows, I get to make 2 more actions.
Two more
Correct.
two attacks.
Two attacks.
Two more unarmed strikes.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna use that. I now drag blows onto my guy, right?
You don't need to. You just make 2 attacks.
Yeah, you can just make
Oh,
2
okay.
attacks. You're good.
First attack. I'm 15 feet in the air, right?
Yep.
But I have this thing called Sprite Spark, which makes me make unarmed strikes from 20 feet away.
Nice.
So I do the what is it called? Who said it? Tatsumaki
Yeah,
Senpuken?
nuts.
That is a mouthful for sure. Public roll. Come on now, don't miss. After all that,
All the
after
build
that
up, you
preparation-
got it.
Come on now, where is it? Here you are.
Oh yeah, that
17 hit?
hits. Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. Damage.
Wait, are you attacking with the right thing?
I think so. Unarmed strike.
No, you need to be attacking with your dragon stance thing.
Oh
be-
my lord, you're right. I am.
Good catch, Wade.
Can I re-roll that?
Yeah. 100%. Oh yeah,
Hit again.
Oh, Jesus
That's it.
Christ.
that's a critical success.
Oh, even if I don't roll a d20, it's a crit success. That's
Welcome to
interesting.
Pathfinder 2E, baby.
Okay, well,
You just need to exceed the AC by 10.
By 10. So that's just doubled. So we got
Right.
12.
No, it's already
Double.
doubled.
it's already
Oh,
yeah.
it's
I
already
rolled
doubled.
a 1 on the d10, dude.
Oh, wow.
Happens.
Still, for a 1 on damage die, you got 6 damage?
Oh, he's
Like,
dead.
Not bad.
He's dead. No wonder he only took so much damage because he only had 1 HP left. All right.
All right. I get 1 more dragon strike, correct? All right.
Wait.
you go.
You went into this guy, correct? Right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
either one.
Yep. I gotta make sure I got him marked right, because this guy's dead. I'm just making. Oh, not that guy. This guy. All right.
The
Cool.
guy I was targeting.
You got one more?
Got
Then
one more.
Kiki, you're next.
Is that another critical success?
Yep. That's another
Looks
crit.
like it. I should have rolled
Oh
crit.
wow.
Oh,
That's 22
didn't
damage or
double.
something.
22 damage.
Jesus, so you
You just, like, decapitated
easily
his
both
leg.
just moving quickly, making just swift justice work of these individuals. You
There's
notice,
little,
you notice they
little
just
feet
fall
marks
before
are
you.
just-
Yeah,
it's terrible.
so this one falls
What an awful way to go.
immediately.
I'm
You
thinking
see
about
off in the distance the female move forward. This is disgusting, and she immediately just turns and quickly opens the door and walks inside and closes it. You see one of the guards form next to it as you see Ulamir, the young boy. This is great! Alright. On to you, Kiki.
She's the one who showed up. Okay.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Kiki looks down at his hands, shocked, just like how proficient everyone is at like not fighting with weapons. And then Kiki uses 2 actions to move next to this guy, and makes an unarmed strike.
Oh yeah, good stuff. That's a crit. You guys are crit.
Crit.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez Louise. So as you walk up, you just see him. No, please, please, no. And as you do so, you just kind of give him this slight grimace and just literally rip right into him. As you punch into his abdominals, you just feel bone crush as you just alleviate the last breath from his diaphragm.
Yeah, I take what I can grab in there and pull it out and hold it above my head.
You pull out what looks like the little bit left of a side piece of a bone. Actually, give me an athletics check here.
Okay.
Let's see how vicious this is, because these guys are quite frail. Oh yeah, you literally like go in and you take just 2, maybe 3 seconds to get a good solid piece of the rib cage, and you stand on it and just kind of and pull it out and just kind of hold it up, and you see it almost like beef rib almost just kind of hanging there. You see just part of the even like shirt that he was wearing still attached to it. It drops. You see the man before you just fall to his ass almost in a prone state and just look at you in just terrified state. You got one more attack?
Actually, I used
That was all of his
Oh,
actions.
yeah,
that
that
was
was double movement.
He was
Yeah,
like
that's
just
right,
out
right?
of my movement range. So
All right.
those two.
He's dead. So, well, the last guy, he's going to just kind of look back, and as he does so, you see him run over it right in front of the horses in the caravan. Please, I have value. I have value. I can. You see Ulamir above as he just starts pushing out his belt and his waist as he starts drinking his wine. You see him undoing his pants as he starts taking a piss down onto the fighting field. There's only 6 cells anyway. You're gonna die. One of you will, because that's how many can go. He just looks up, and then he just looks back at you, and you see him. He picks up what looks to be a rock of some sort. He's gonna throw it. No. It just skids right next to you, Kiki, and just falls to the right. He falls back just in a frightened state. He's useless. Pascal, onto you.
Well, he clearly did not learn how to throw rocks from me. Right, so I'm going to take, just barely out of reach. You know what?
Throw another rock.
Oh man, I'm just going to take 2 stride actions just to get right up in his face.
Okay.
And I'm just going to just stare him down and say, well, some people just don't have a good end. My sincere apologies for that, and I'm going to try and demoralize them by that.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Did you use all 3 of your actions just to fuck this guy? That's messed up, man. 2 moves.
What else can he do though? He doesn't have any other options.
Too far away. Too far away.
That's all he can do.
Right, I'm gonna roll. I need to roll intimidation, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did all of us
Intimidation.
put like just like casual points of charisma
Oh,
so we
yeah.
can intimidate people?
You as you
I think
look,
so.
you see literally piss start slowly rolling down as he was already in broken spirit anyway. He looks at you. I am gonna die, aren't I? You see the last you see the last little bit of hope in this man basically start faltering.
Well,
End of
we
your
can
turn.
always wish for a better afterlife.
He's dead. Nug on you.
Far away is this guy?
God, you're so far away.
He's-
far away, man.
I could actually reach him. I can
Oh.
do this.
Oh wow.
Finally.
Give me an acrobatics check for the horses. Give me an acrobatics check. You spook the shit out of these guys. They see you running towards them. They just freaking
It's a
out.
dog. It's a dog thing. I don't know.
Say acrobatics.
Yes.
Why can't it be athletics? Why can't I just bully my way through, huh? You know? Fucking.
I mean,
Where
you
is
could,
acrobatics? There it is. That's the
you
button.
could you could do so. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
what you
that's
want to
totally
do?
what I would do. Yeah.
Is it? All right, I'll
Yes.
take that too. What's your plus?
4.
All right, so as you do that, you start bullying
Well, it's
through.
a 7. I'm sorry. It's 7.
No,
It'd
it's
be
okay.
9.
So you're 9. So you do make it around the horses. They kind of kick back, and you see one of them neigh. You're in sight. Go ahead.
I'm going to target the man, and I'm going to flurry of blows.
As that happens, the rest of you see 2 guards immediately start making their way over. Hey! Don't be touching the guard's horse! Those are the Langroot's property!
Hmm.
I mean, isn't the slave also their property?
Isn't
Part of the
why would you
game.
leave that in the? Okay.
Does 11 hit?
It does
I'm
hit.
assuming no.
No, it
Oh,
does hit. Yep. It meets. Meat beats.
It's 5 damage.
5. He barely stands. You see as you just slam into him and beat, he barely lives. He
I
looks
start
at you.
tackling.
He looks over towards
Like a
these
hyena.
guards, almost like he thinks they're running towards him, but in a delirious state, they're not. He reaches, please, help! Nothing.
I'm assuming that's a crit.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I like pancake his head into his torso.
Yeah, how do you want to end him? Yeah, you got
I
it.
just said.
You just pancaked. So as you do so, you take a moment, you look at it as him, and as you see these guards come running over, you literally notice this man gets pancaked before your eyes. As this happens, the guards come up. We need to make sure that you, and without a moment, you see a spear drop before you. Do not touch the horses. You notice one guard comes up. He just takes a moment, making sure the horse is okay. And after taking a second and realizing that they are, he takes a moment back. You need to make sure that you do not touch property without being asked to do so beforehand. I understand that they were here, but that does not mean that you are to use it or touch it. You're out of field. Deal with them out there. And he points. He takes the body and he literally just tosses it at your feet and then moves back. Next time, I expect better of you. He looks at you and they both just start walking away. As they do so, you see Ulamir. He stands. Great job. That was fantastic. I want you all to bathe. Yes, bathe. After you bathe, I want you to eat. And then after you eat, Imal. See to them that they are given a quarters and that they are given, after their meal, 1 item of their choosing. They can have it at their prison cell. And let's just say you all shall be my new toys for the time being. I like to think of you all as, and you see him just kind of jump down, kind of drunk. You see the guards kind of move forward. Sir, one jumping down behind him, you see in heavy clad armor. Oh, it's fine. I want them to think that I am not afraid of them, because I'm not. You see, you all are my property. And as you notice, and as you look upon here, this is my estate, the Langroot estate. You bend the knee to me, I'll make your life worthy. You help prosper the house of the Langroot, I'll make sure you see freedom in return. In true freedom. Not what the lizard folk and all the gnolls, and he looks at both of you as he says this. Yeah, I mean both of you. Your ancestors are dirty, rotten, well, royal members of this garden. They do not stay true to their word. They eat and they devour and they spoil good souls brought here. He starts moving closer. The lot of you looks pretty good. Yeah, way bigger, way beefier than anything I've seen. He takes a few moments, and then he looks upon you one more time. All right, get them out of my sight. But know that I'll be wanting to see you train in time, and I want you working for me. Anybody here that thinks they're smart enough to break out of here, or even smart enough to finagle their way into another family's ownership, you better just think twice. You see him start making his way back towards the front of the estate. And as he does so, 2 guards follow in tandem. Oh, and one more thing. Bring them inside. As that happens, many of the guards come over. They start rounding up the lot of you, bringing you all into a line and moving you all into the front of the building. Do any of you resist?
Crap.
I have to, I guess, actively fly down to them unless I can reach 15 feet.
Well, as one walks over, he comes over and he looks at you. Come down here, if you would.
I do. Not.
You see Maul, he motions over. You want to act kindly here. They do have ways of meaningful, well... Let's not go there. Let's just say, we don't want you falling down. He looks at you all as he steps forward. He yells as you see Ulmir make his way. See, I told you, Ulmir, these are worthy slaves. He kind of bows down. He looks at you all. He insinuates as you all need to bow. Do any of you bow?
Yeah.
Bow.
Okay.
Yeah, I do this very extravagant bow.
Who's that?
Yeah.
That's Pascal.
Okay, so who does not bow?
Oh, yeah, like, you see that, Rocky is, definitely taking his sweet time, but as soon as he sees everyone do it, he, very begrudgingly, follows the lead.
Do they really even see me bow? 4 inches tall? 2 inches? Come on now.
I mean, they're unsure. You see one, he gets real close. What's she doing?
I bow. Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Of course I bowed. What?
So as you all bow, Ulmir he steps forward. All right. See that that's ended to, Imal. You guys watch as the doors open, and as he walks past, he goes inside a double set. And inside, you all are brought into this basic manner in which it is lit as you see Ulmir walk off and disappear out of sight around the bend. As he does so...
Yeah, just as everyone gets in.
Yep.
Yeah, just as everyone gets into the manor, Rocky looks back towards all the fallen humans, and you see him look back towards there with a bit of a sullen expression on his face, but sullen expression on his face.
A guard just looks, oh, don't worry, they'll be handled. You notice that the door is closed behind you. One guard stands attent, and you notice that as you guys are all in here, everybody give me a perception check.
Ooh.
All right. So, you take a few moments, you wait, and you realize that it's starting to get quite dark in here. And not only in here, but in general. Night is coming, and you guys, through your fighting and through your travel, you have essentially transitioned into mostly nighttime. Now, some of you, as you sit here, you see Imal as he comes in. He stands. We're all going to need to grab a candle. Guards, make sure that everybody has something. We need to make sure that we tend to everyone and that everyone is kept safe and everyone doesn't do anything mischievous. You see one of the guards comes to the back, and then they all kind of move around. Imal kind of steps to the front. This is a Lengrud estate. This is what you shall call home, and this is where everybody that you know shall become family. He looks among the guards. Everybody here has a purpose. You all now have a purpose. Whether that shall be fighting, or whether that shall be training, whether you want to do nothing and die in the fields, that is all up to you. He kind of motions and steps forward, and he motions towards the statue. There will be training tomorrow morning. But before then, and to make sure you bathe and to make sure you are brought to your cells. When you are brought to your cells, you will all have your own quarters. You all have your own section, and eventually I will need to know a name that your group will go by. I will also need to know if you all wish to fight individually or if some of you wish to fight together. We have fights that go in singles, duos, triples, and we have full-on 5 and 6v6. The full parade is available. Everything is accommodated. I just need to know what you're suited in. This is where we work together, like I was speaking of before. We all want freedom. As you look, and he motions towards the pendant of the L symboled golden crest on his tabard. I need one more favor. My favor is to make sure you all make it into, excuse me, I want to make sure that you all make the family into a better name. At the end of this year, there will be a new ruling family. Ulamir wishes to be that. He wishes to take over the Larabor and those filthy fucking gnolls. You are my last project. I need you all to gain the favor within the Colosseums and many other ways, as he looks at you, Ensley, specifically. Your small size and stature will come in very much needed in the future. The rest of you, are you willing to die in the Colosseum? There are underground fights. There are certain things that we can start right now to start gathering information on the noble families that we call our enemies. Certain trades, certain things. I could take you there right now for a fight, and we could organize it for a few gold and transfer. That is how fast things operate here. Do you understand? As he looks upon you all, he motions around the room. Understand that I can give you everything and I can take everything away. One item Ulamir said for me to give you, but realize I can take that away. So, what do you wish to do? Who seeks to fight in the Colosseums tomorrow? They are the underground as well as the main Colosseums. There's a festival happening, and that's why things are in need. We need bodies. Anybody interested? Come on now, don't be shy. I need at least 3 volunteers. At least 3.
Does the arena have spectators?
You hear many of the guards just laugh. Oh, there's thousands. Coliseum is huge and large.
I start tackling and I'm like, you got me, boss.
If you
thousands, you say?
If you seek a main fight in the Coliseum, we can make that happen if you think you're ready. If not, there's underground Coliseum. There's underground pit fighting. There's prison fighting. There's many things that we can operate that can, he just kind of looks around. Hell, I can, and he just points towards his right. We could take some of the slaves out in the yard right now, and you could duke it out, and we could increase your training. It all depends on what you wish to do. Ulamir has many things. We have families that need killed. We have trade routes, individuals, stealth missions. The list goes on. If that's too much for you, we have buildings that need constructed. I need help in many different aspects. There are different ways to build the noble family in the name Langrud. I need to know what you are willing to put your weight into going into the future. I need to know what you are willing to bet your survival on. That's how I know where to put your best efforts. He looks right at you, Kiki. Orc.
Yes.
Do you risk your life fighting? Is that something you wish to do? Do you think that you could fight and gain honor and favor? You need 3 victories. among the pits or the coliseums to earn favor and freedom. If you and your comrades can do so, that is an easy way out.
Kiki just smiles behind candlelight. Well, I think our group here will make you a very happy man.
You've already proved that you can fight. I know that. You handled those other slaves faster than any other lot I've ever seen before. Many of you barely even took damage. He looks at you, Nug. What about you, Noel? I know you're ravenous in certain nature, but can you tame that and do it for a cause? Can you join with these random individuals that you've been thrown together with and fight for your freedom?
I mean, you had me at fighting, boss.
We have 2 fighters. Are there any other fighters that wish to step forward? We need at least 3 if you wish to fight in tomorrow's Coliseum.
Yeah, like as you see Rocky walking, his stance widens and his tail curls upward, coiling around him like a snake almost. Then he swings himself back to face the guy that was just talking, and he stands at attention.
3 it is. We could have as many as 6. Funny thing is, tomorrow... Oh, another! Well,
Yeah, Pascal is gonna step forward. I think I could be of assistance as well, but don't think of me as a fighting machine. I could be used somewhere else. And he just like twirls like a stick between his fingers.
tomorrow, the fights are against beasts. I heard that's the theme. There's a main beast tamer, and if you make it through each one of the trials, you can fight the tamer. You make it through each one of them, you come out victorious. I'm heard that the family of nobles give the family that wins the victor a great prize that would make Ulamir very happy. If we're able to secure that, I'm sure that we could find very lavish things for you 3 if you're able to, well, 4 if you're able to secure this victory. The other 2 of you, what about intrigue and stealth, or politics, infiltration? What strikes you as skills? Or do you wish to fight on the battlefield? Just are not eager to speak up.
I'm ready to fight if need be. Knowledge of beasts is not beyond me. It may be of some use to the others.
And what of you, small one? You seem eager to get out of here in a hurry.
I mean, okay, so we're both in unnatural circumstances. I wouldn't feel too bad fighting these beasts. I wouldn't, like, it's all right.
But these are not natural circumstances, are they? So you're conflicted.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
You don't want to kill the beasts?
Ensley's not thrilled about it, no.
Most of them are captured against their will. It's horrible, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If you don't wish to partake, I understand. We have many reconnaissance missions and things of your nature that we could highly have you do while these other ones, and he points at the rest of you, fight for their lives.
Yeah, I could find my use elsewhere. Fine.
There are some maybe chores that we could also have you do. Nothing too much, but I'm sure that we could find some use for you. A few moments go by, you guys eventually talk of a few things, and then after a few minutes, you are all brought to a quarters outside of this establishment. You see Emor, well, that's enough dilly-dally. I just wanted to show you the proper grounds. It's time to show you where you'll be staying. You take a few moments and you wait. You enter the caravan one more time. You're brought outside, and you all are taken to, let me change this. This is the overview for the Lengrud estate. You all currently are here in the main estate. Okay, that's where you guys just were. That's the main manor. Everything outside of here is where you guys will be going. You guys are essentially going to be going outside towards where 4 would be, where the main prisons are. This is where you guys are going to be going, and it is essentially underground. As you guys are brought there, you guys all notice that this estate is not just an estate, it's large. It's a huge manor, almost like its own thriving ecosystem in a way. And as you see around, it's completely walled, and the guards are always on watch and are always on attent. You notice as you guys are brought through and brought to your cells, it is very dark. You take a few moments, you change your vision, and then you are brought down into what you can tell to be the underground prison of the Lengrud estate. As you enter, you sit, and then you kneel as you are all chained and shackled, and then you stand as one of the guards brings you forth. All right, I need you all to not do anything fishy here, all right, boys? Keep it just together, and we'll have you safe and sound. You've all been cleaned up. Now we're gonna feed you and make sure you're safe and sound for the night. We'll allow you to commingle and meet the other prisoners in a few minutes. But first, we gotta get you settled away. You guys are brought in as you see Emal immediately start motioning to the guards. Hey, guys! You guys are sitting on your asses, playing games all night, I see. That's what we've been paying you to do. A guard walks in and closes the door behind. You guys are then brought in, and many of the guards stand, some of them looking almost intimidated. You see one immediately go to the back and unlock a door with a large set of keys. He then steps back and starts playing whatever hand he was going to. As he does so, you see the door slightly opens from the other side. You see a motion from him all. Take them all in there. Have them decide for themselves where they wish to stay. The guard motions, and in a short time, you guys are brought over to this doorway. The doorway opens, and as it does, the guards motion where you guys are brought inside. As you do so, you notice that this is a tight corridor made of stone. The walls are no higher than 8 foot tall, and you see what looks to be 6 entry points made with torches very dimly lit. You see Emal, as he looks, he enters, and for a second, he steps in with another guard, and as they do, they sit here. He stands and he sits, alighting just a little bit. All right, as Emal closes the door behind. You notice that there are 3 guards standing at the end of the hallway. Pick a room, get tidy. This is where y'all be staying. What you choose to do with the place is completely up to you. We'll be bringing some prisoners by here in the next 5 to 10 minutes, so don't get too cozy. I'll introduce you to some of the veterans. Maybe they'll be able to give you some insight on what's really going on around here, and you can ask some questions, get more attuned with everything. They kind of push you in further as Emal kind of follows, and then the guard walks back and sits next to the door. Emal turns. All right, get comfortable. I'll see you all in the morning. The guard and him walk through the door, exiting and then closing it behind him, and that is the last you see of them. At this point, you see the 3 guards at the end of the hallway walk, open the door, walk past you, and exit and leave as well. All 6 of you now are left alone in this cell. You notice that the door on your side is barred very heavily. What do you guys wish to do?
I'm just gonna say kind of loudly as they leave, say, "I'm very torn if this place is very barbaric or very sophisticated."
Ah, hyena laugh.
Yeah, Rocky definitely gets that gets a chuckle from Rocky, to say the least.
Damn, I'm playing a bard already.
Kikira will look around and say, "Oh, it doesn't seem they have a tiny room anywhere for a little pixie."
Yeah, it's sort of a lot of these beds are better than where I sleep at home, so I'm not too upset if I have to share with anybody. That's a problem.
What was your name?
My name was Ensley back where I came from, but it doesn't seem to be that way anymore. Pixie,
Yeah.
fairy, sprite. Small thing, ugly, weird, is often what I'm called in these jail cells.
I'll reach like my knuckle down to you.
Knuckle!
Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's Kiki. That's what they call me.
I give your knuckle a firm grasp. I grasp your knuckle really hard. I'd shake it. It's nice to meet you.
I hope we all can become good friends.
I'm getting surrounded. I don't like what's going on.
Just surrounded.
Quick, get him!
What are you guys doing?
The only Fey guy is out here, dude. He's my short king is over here, and all of you.
Yeah, I like.
We short kings have to stay together, man.
I put my hand on Nug. I think I sold a throw rug that smelled a little bit like you. And Kiki will.
That's supposed to be funny. Not
Kiki
funny.
will claim a room.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
This one's mine.
I'm claiming this one.
Yeah, you see Rocky throw all 6'4" and like his 6'4" fat body just onto the closest bed to him, and he just jumps.
All right, so you all claim your rooms. You guys wait about 5-10 more minutes. Seems a little bit longer than what you anticipated at first before you hear, all right, make yourselves fucking proper. You see the guard immediately open the door. You see 3 individuals trailing behind. You see them brought in. The guard just kind of turns. All right, you guys have an hour. If you need anything, you know what to do. And he motions to the other gnoll. And then he steps back out of the room and closes the door. At this point, everybody give me perception checks.
Alrighty.
Woo!
Oh, somebody get an at 20.
Someone at 20.
Pretty good, though.
Horrid.
All right, so you notice very quickly that this is a human. Ooh, except for Rocky. Rocky's like, what?
Oh, yeah, the D20 exhaustion, you know?
Yeah, Rocky, you think these are the 3 guards that left earlier at first. You're not 100% sure. But then after a moment, you hear what seems like the gnoll open its voice. But right away, you guys notice that this is a human, a gnoll, and a Venara. The Venara is very nicely dressed and kept. You see that he is wearing clothing that is almost that of the nobles. You see that these are supposedly prisoners and slaves, though 2 of the 3 are very well mannered and dressed. You see that the human is somewhat rugged, almost like a Yami, I guess would be the closest thing if you ever watched Black Clover. That's the closest depiction that I could give to him. He kind of leans in, and you see the gnoll as he starts coming out. He speaks first in gnoll as he looks right at you, Nug. And he says, brother, it's good to see another one. Is this a strong group?
Yes. I say a Noel.
He turns.
That little thing over there, I saw him kick somebody's head off from like a little bit away. It was pretty neat.
So you're saying that I shouldn't make him my plaything?
Yeah, that'd probably be a bad idea.
You see him motion in and step, holding a small lantern. All right. This you all understand. The name is Estendo. And my name is what you need to know as Esten. I am the strongest fighter. He comes up and he immediately chests you up, Barnabas, and then looks around to see if anybody opposes it. You see that he is massive in muscle and has many scars and what looks like stained and dried blood still on his face. He turns and he looks around. All right. He motions and goes on through. This is my cell. Now, I'll let you live here, but you're going to listen. Anything you earn, I get a cut of it. Anything you win, I get a cut of that too. The items that were given as treasure, you get on my bad side, you best fucking bet I'm gonna be coming for what you're given. As long as those terms are understood, we'll get along just great here. But if that's not understood, what will happen? You see this human step forward. We will fucking kill you. And we'll let Ulamir know that you're weak. You hear? Stares all of you right in the eye. You see this humanoid, about 6 foot, dark haired, scarred as well, smells like rotten shit. You see the Venara is a little bit reclused in a way. He kind of stands back, not really chiming in, not as aggressive, not even speaking. You see Esten, he steps back forward. So, like I said, you're going to be given something, I'm sure of it. I want it. As long as you appease me, I'll make sure Illamir knows that you spoke highly of them. I'll even tell him that you thought that he was so gracious. And let me know, that coming from me will go far. I am his prized fighter. You see him start flexing his chest and moving about. You don't want to fuck with me. Do you understand? Now, there's some things that happen in here that we all need to be aware of. You gotta fucking win. If you've made it this far, it's all about survival. You prove yourself to me, I'll make you part of the Brotherhood. But you prove yourselves fucking weak, I will kill you to make room for another slave. We all want freedom, and I am one win away. That means if any of you enter the Colosseum fighting with me, you better fucking give it your all. Huh? Is that understood? Even you, small one. You see him turn, start making his way out. So, as he stands next to his human friend, are there any questions? As there's this silence, you hear, pecking order is now active. You're all at the fucking bottom. Handle it. He turns and very quickly opens the door. I'm done. And walks out. The human follows him. The door stays open for a moment. The Venara, he just stands and lets the door almost close. He walks in. I'm sorry. He doesn't doesn't mean everything he says. Great things can be earned here. You don't have to give him everything, but he'll rough you up. I promise. So don't go messing with him unless you really want to fight. Kind of scurries back in and then closes the door behind him. After this happens, there's a long wait before anything happens. You hear nothing, and then you hear a knock and an enter, where Imal enters one more time with a large sack. He has a leather bag that he dumps on the ground, and you see a few items that are strewn about. As this happens, as promised, one item each. As you all look around, you notice that at first you thought you were only going to be able to pick from your own items. But now looking, you see that each one of your bags are here, and you can take from each one of each other's packs if you wish to. He looks, I will be back in a few moments. I trust you all only to take one, as this is our part of earning trust. When I come back, I will gather the items, and then we will call it the night. You see him drop the bag, open the door, and leave. You guys immediately see that all of your items, excluding basic weapons and armor, are all here. As you guys start digging through, you guys have access to all of it. What do you guys want to take?
Ooh.
And at this point,
So,
you guys
me,
can
the
get a
nug-
short rest as well.
Picks up his fucking waffle iron.
All right, so you
and
walk
just
over.
meanders back into my fucking thing. It's
So-
my waffle iron.
So you go over, you pick
Paul's
up,
waffle iron.
you grab your waffle iron and make it back into your hovel.
Wait, that's a thing? I thought he was joking.
No.
Hey, level 0 items, that's what he wanted. So you guys should probably discuss what you guys all have as you guys are going through your own packs. So if you guys wish to maybe have items that you think are useful or whatever, now would be the time to voice them or do what you guys wish to do.
Right, I have a healer's kit in my pack.
All right, so just mark whatever you have, whatever you're taking, and if you're doing anything else, just let me know above table so that way I can mark it. If not, we can kind of skip on forward here if there's nothing else you guys wish to do. Now, just looking about, you see. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. All I was really gonna say is that Rocky is just gonna take a nice big old breastplate and he'll put that on, and that's pretty much all he could do since he can only do one, right?
Just no armor, no armor or weapons. You can take anything but armor or weapons
no.
right now. No armor or weapons
what?
right now.
Armor or weapons?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no armor or weapons yet.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. So,
No, you're fine.
but he does have but he will take a crowbar.
Okay, he allows that.
Would they give us a crowbar
Yeah,
if
they
we're
would.
in a
No,
cell?
they would.
Seems like
They,
a bad idea.
You guys, what were your perceptions? I don't think. Oh yeah, okay, Barnabas. Sorry, I missed that. You rolled a natural 20. You would notice that Eston, the Knoll, he had a blade that seemed to be very small and kind of tucked away. I apologize.
Oh,
Well, if anyone has anything useful hidden away, maybe we could all share.
I got some flint and steel. Thought that was.
Right, we also have to be wary that our items aren't immediately taken by that knoll. So items that wouldn't really be of use to him would be preferable.
If he takes my waffle iron, we'll find his body. I just want everybody to know that. Teehee.
I think that's the only thing that you could take. I mean, I was thinking of taking my chalk. I don't know.
Right,
I've,
well, I'm going to take my thieves' tools, I think.
That seems like a terrible idea to have to give to prisoners. Here's a
Look,
lock.
there's no restriction. Look, I'm gonna
No,
use
you're
it for my
good. Yeah,
espionage missions.
take it. Yeah.
Yeah. This friend of the family, I can't be used. I need to have thieves tools.
Wait a minute. Nug himself is like, they just we're in prison, right? And there's like, he just picked up a lock picking set. They didn't search. Like, that's like a bad idea.
Just go in his door. He's like, click out of one.
Can I just see? Can I really quickly lock my own door? Close it up and see how easy it is to pick
Is
the
there a
lock?
lock on these doors?
How-
No.
There's
Oh,
no
God,
lock on.
locks.
There's no locks on your doors, but there are doors.
All
You
right.
can close them,
Okay.
but people can bust in them. They're just basic makeshift wood doors. So.
Oh yeah. Who wants to use the rope that Rocky has?
I can.
I also have rope.
Kiki will grab his writing set out
Okay. Nice.
and tuck it away.
All right, so you guys take a few moments. You gather what items. Make sure you just mark them. A couple hours transpire. You guys start knowing that it's starting to become very, very early in the morning. Probably around maybe 2-3 a.m. You don't really sense the change in temperature. You are underground. You know it's a little bit colder, but it's kind of been that way the entire time. After a few moments, you guys finally try and get some rest, and then once again you hear and the door immediately opens. You see Emal as you guys are all kind of tucked away, just kind of hanging out, and as this happens you see the guard enter. So we got to make sure that we gather these items, and then you see the guard grab the bag, gather up everything, walk out. You see 2 guards then enter now. Now it's time to see that you all took just 1 item. They all go through and they pat everybody down. Everybody did take just 1 item, correct?
Yep.
They go through, they check. Now, give me a wisdom check or an intelligence check I'll allow here as you watch these guards and these individuals kind of go through and check your items.
How do you do that?
Let me see if I can request
Oh
it.
yeah, just straight up wisdom.
And I might be able to request it. Sorry. Portal Learning Foundry here.
If it's about hiding items, it would be a sleight of hands check. Whatever that would
That's
be.
not a thing. I don't think.
It'd be
Thievery.
thievery.
No, just give me a perception check. We'll just keep it easy. Just give me a perception check.
Lovely. Ooh, I think we had a nat 20 for every
Barnabas back to
perception
back.
check so
Barnabas is over here rolling back to back. He's on something. So you guys take a few moments. You watch as they go through. You get the idea, especially you, Barnabas. You're a smart fellow. These guys have no fucking idea what some of these items are that they're looking at. You see them walk up to, especially some of the lock picking tools, and these coming from a completely different region and of a completely different ornate matter. They just kind of look at them and, oh yeah, you got some eating utensils there, huh?
Oh, no, I'm
take
gonna be fully straightforward with them. It's like, no, these are clearly lockpicking skills.
They kind
I'm
of
gonna be using them for espionage.
they take a few moments and they look over, and you see Emal kind of go over a few of your items and question exactly what their make and really useful item is they, many of these things they almost look as they've never really seen. You take a few moments and then a guard comes in and Emal shows you kind of his lockpick, and you see that this is very mundane, almost not even made of very high steel even, or maybe even of an iron. You see that this is very crude and would probably break upon 1 or 2 attempts. He just looks at yours, and yours very finely made and very sturdy. He almost envies it and wonders how the fuck you have that, and he is considered, decent stature here and has shit in comparison. He looks around and takes a few moments. You are very interesting indeed. These items, if they mean a lot to you, then the things that you can win within the noble families will blow your minds. They make their rounds and they leave. Your items are left intact, and the night is left for all of you to do with what you please. We will now, unless you guys wish to do anything, we will skip forward to the next morning, where a few hours later, you guys will be essentially awoken. And here you guys can take your level up. So everybody here, you guys are going to go to level 2. So you guys take your long rest. You make it through the night. A few sounds go by throughout the night that you guys aren't quite sure exactly what they are. You hear some screams and a few rumbles above the ground, but before too long, it's definitely morning. You hear that the ground rumbling above starts picking up with footsteps, and you know that there's definitely not too much ground between you and the ground above you, with the ceiling that is divided. You guys take about an hour as you hear different inmates and things on the other side of the wall being taken out. You hear guards say, "All right, to the training yards. We'll get the newcomers headed that way, and then we'll get them set up for the fight later today. We know that one has plans for, I don't know, I think he all said a trip into town." You all wait a few moments, and then your door eventually opens. You see Maul is there with a few guards, and you guys are brought to the main training facility. After this is taken place, you guys are brought here. Now, you guys are brought here after a quick jaunt outside of the prison cell through the Lengrud estate over to about the eastern part of where you guys were in the main manor. You see that this is the main training area, and as you look around, you know that there are many guards, and as you look around, you wait a few moments, and then you are joined by the same individuals that you met by in the same prison cell earlier. You see walking forward Esten, as well as what looks to be the Vanara. You wait a few more moments, and then a guard brings by the other humanoid. They both walk up, and you see them immediately start training vigorously, striking, preparing, ripping through these training dummies, especially this Knoll. Esten demolishes in about 2 attacks, just terrorizing through this. As you watch this, you see Imal. Today we train. Those of you who have a fight tomorrow, later tonight, you shall train for it here. We know that you will be fighting beasts, so we shall be training you on the beasts that you will be able to fight against and how to properly attack them. Ensley, I have a specific mission for you. The family has a job that is needed at the market. There are certain individuals that we believe have gathered there, and they are meeting at one of the open squares during the trading around noon. They meet with a certain individual, and they leave a note behind what we believe to be a certain teller or a seller's merchant's trolley cart. We need you to find that note and bring it back to us without being discovered or letting anybody know that you are associated with the Lengrud family. Do you think you can handle this?
Yeah, I think I got it.
All right. While the rest of you train, Ensley, I'm going to give you the coordinates of where I need you to head. Now, Your items and your weapons. We are going to give them to you. As you see a guard come out from what was inside, and you notice the door opens, and walking out, you see another guard carrying a large bag. You see a makeshift sack of items and armaments, and here is where all of your armor and weapons, you see them thrown down onto the ground. You shall use these in training purposes and when you are fighting in the Colosseum or in the pits, unless certain rules state otherwise. Take them now, equip them. We are going to train quickly and make sure that you know what you're doing before we put our family name on the line and put you into the Colosseum. We cannot have you embarrassing us. Esten, step back. Let's see what they are made of. You see Esten and his human friend step back, and as they do so, you all acquire your gear. You gather your weapons, among other things, you put on your armor. Emal doing the same. You see everybody here is very heavily armored, knowing that at any point in time this could break out. As Emal walks back, he motions, go on. Try out some of your new items. Make sure that you completely understand what you're doing. Now, all of you, I want 3 athletic checks. And Ensley, while they're doing that, and we'll say a quick downtime, before they go and do what they would be considered to be their actual training, you are brought over with Himal. You see that the blacksmith, after dropping the items, go through. Now, give me your athletic checks. You guys just let them roll whenever. Emal whispers in. He looks at you. In the middle of the town square, I need you to not only go... Oh god, seeing all these dice is great. I'm just gonna wait. It's satisfying. Alright, 20, 20, 20, 10. Alright, so we got 2 failures. 3 failures. Barnabas, you failed twice. Alright, so Barnabas, you failed twice. Everybody else was good on their athletics. So, Barnabas, as you train vigorously, as you all hack and slash through the training dummies, acquiring your weapons and armaments, getting used to them, you notice that you are not as keen as you once were. The time away from it, it kind of brandishes differently. Tomorrow, you will just have -1 to any of your normal penalties to attack. So instead of just normal and then -4, what would be 5, you would just have -1. The rest of you will not have any impediments on the rest of those. You all trained well, and you all handled your weapons and everything to proper stature. You see one of the guards walk forward as you see some of Esten and the humanoid kind of cackle and giggle watching you all train. Now, Ensley, you're brought inside a room where a moss sits with you and plans out on top of a table. You see that there is the center of a town. As this is being drawn out, you notice that the map that he's showing you is not only of a town center, but it is of a market. You see what looks to be a red tent. Emal looks at you. Are you paying attention?
I am. Yeah, I see.
This red tent. We believe that that is where they meet, and this is where they drop any and all information when they make their meeting. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to train. I need you to take a mile travel outside of the estate to the market district between the noble estates. I need you to go there. I need you to collect this note. Do not be discovered. Do you understand?
You want me to take the whole travel hidden, or do you want me not to get discovered taking the note?
He looks around. I will let you off the grounds, but once you do so, I will have one guard trailing after you, quite a bit of a distance. You will have free rein. If you flee, we will hunt you. But if you make it back, let's just say I'll allow you an item of a great quality.
All right.
How does that sound?
Sounds great. I'm ready to do this. Are we doing this now?
Yes, we're doing this now. Are you?
All right, let's go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I put my dirty ass feet on top all over this map. I'm looking. I'm pointing at
Yeah,
the
you're
tent.
just like swap, 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 swap. You just see footmarks and shit all over it because
It's just-
fuck them. They didn't let you fly.
Yeah, right.
You wait a few moments and then he comes forward after rolling up the map. Okay, I need you to leave the estate as soon as you get the note. I need you to come back here. Do you understand, Ensley?
I get it. I get it, man. It's all kept up in this small little noggin. It might look small, but the brain in there is big and wrinkly and thick.
Okay. Make sure of that. You wait a few moments, and then you realize he starts walking away. You're supposed to follow.
All right.
You all watch as Imal and Ensley completely leave and walk out the door, right on by, and take not even a moment's notice without even saying anything. As they do so, you all watch and they disappear from sight. As this happens, you take a moment. Here, I'll leave you here, Ensley. Just say they're off the map.
All good.
You take a second. The rest of you sit here training. The guard starts moving you about, and Esten moves in. So, this is where I get to sleep, starting next week. And you see him motion and open the door. As he looks in, you win 2 fights. You get proper treatment. You do things for the Langrud family, and they will do things for you. After a few moments, you hear a caravan come up. Footsteps arrive on the sand. A lady walks out. Quite beautiful in stature and slim, she makes her way forward. Seems that there is nothing appeasing to really catch my eye with this herd. Just a bunch of beasts. She waits a moment and then looks on as you all train. You are all, though, quite stunning as she watches both Nug and Rocky, as well as Kiki, perform quite well in very many endurance and athletics. She waits a moment. She moves up and you see Esten go forward. He calls forward all of you as you all make your way forward. Kneel. He kneels and everybody in the whole courtyard takes a kneel. As you guys do so, unless one of you do not, she stands and she moves in forward. Who wishes to honor me that is fighting tomorrow? My name is Lavette Langrud. And if you do something for me, I can do something for you. I have things against my brother Ulamir. I know ways that I could possibly get you and your new troop possibly out of here sooner. Gain your freedom faster. That's all what you want, right? As she says this, you see Esten's eyes grow large, almost mad, as she says this to you now, newcomers. How does that sound? Interested?
I suppose we might be.
What if I told you... Go on.
Well, it would be an honor.
What if I told you, you might have to kill somebody that you don't know, but I need them dead.
Kiki will look up and smile. Well, I guess I can make you a very lucky woman.
She kind of looks over at you. She then leans in very close. What if I told you that this man, I need you to kill him right now? Could you do that? Could you do it before the gods stopped you? You see her kind of put out her finger and run it along your chin line.
Kiki has like a very nervous reaction, but still grinning, almost baring his teeth. I could try it.
Do it then. And you feel her fingertip kind of flick off the end of your chin as she just kind of turns and walks away. She motions, her fingers kind of calling you to follow. And then she turns her back. She starts talking to Rocky. Look at you. You look like a strong individual.
Yeah, as she takes a look at him, he he knows better than to look at her with disgust, but he does back away an inch or so as she gets into his personal space.
And she moves in another inch or so. She moves her hand up and down your chest and your body. Strong warrior. Bit of a big tummy, though. You
gotta bite her.
He can't help but have his his lips can't help but bare his teeth, but he tries his hardest to look normal in the midst of all this.
As this is going on, Kiki, give me a perception check.
Sure.
She kind of looks at you, Rocky. Oh, shit. You notice that as she's speaking to Rocky, every once in a while, her eyes, they kind of dart over to you. And you almost get the idea that she's waiting for you to do what you said. She takes a moment and
I get up and I sprint towards I take out both my hand axes and I sprint for the guy.
For the guy. All right. So he's going for it. All right. So you just acquired your armor, weapons, going for it as she tells you. Okay. So you sprint in. Are you close enough? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just count this. You can run to get into range. As this happens, give me let's make this reflex on initiative.
What in the world are you doing?
So you all see him just kind of run forward chaotically. As it does so, you wait. Oh, I rolled for you. Why did I need to quit clicking on your token when I do that. I'm sorry. You see him go, and as he does so, he's slow in reaction. You notice that everybody around you sees you lunge and go for whatever you're doing, and in a quick moment, you see your blades drawn, or your hatchets, excuse me. And as you do that, you notice Levette doesn't even flinch for a second. You go, give me your attack.
Would this be one action?
Yep.
Okay, so I have twin takedown. So I can like make 2 attacks in one action as long as I'm like dual wielding.
Sounds great.
Okay, and then I guess I would already have the hatchets drawn, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see.
So what are you guys all doing as you see him just running forward? You guys are all just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
She's
Did
starving,
we
bro.
did we hear her talk to him?
You didn't hear. She was very quiet. She got very close.
Okay.
It's kind of the
Yeah.
same thing with Rocky. She's kind of leaning in, getting into the personal space. You obviously know something's going on. Oh, yeah, that hits. That critically hits even.
Man. Wait, do you take the -5 to multi-attack, or is that?
It's the -2 to flurry. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
-2 on those attacks. So the second one is just... So the second one would miss. So the first one hits.
Okay.
Yeah, I did take a -2 to the second one, so it's 17. 17 misses, you said?
Oh, 17? No, that hits. No, 100% that
Okay.
hits. Oh, yeah.
So-
no, they both hit. So you just run at them,
If
hatchets
it's
blazing.
Yeah, it's critical on the first one. And then the regular one is okay.
So within a quick battering, before he's even able to gather his armor or weapons, you all see Kiki just with an explosive athletic move burst past Rocky in between Levette and just shove himself into this human space, and in a quick flurry just drop this guy so fast that he straight up just dies. You just assault
Jesus.
him so fast. Yeah, 21 points. You just assault right through him. He doesn't have his armor on. He doesn't get a chance to get to it. As this happens, you see Esten just turn there, and he goes to draw his blade. As that happens, you see 3 guards immediately rush in. As this happens, they point them directly at you. Put your armor and your weapons down now. You wait a few moments as one of the guards starts to move in. They start to what look like draw their spears right at you before Levette finally speaks up and looks out of the corner of her eye. You will do no such thing. The guards just kind of stand there, and you see everybody just kind of in this standstill. You will do no such thing. I told him to do such a thing. And for such, he will be rewarded for his honorable respect. Give me Langren's armor, his weapons, anything of his that he's earned. He should have been on his toes and ready. He is no longer worthy. His last win made him weak. Your name, Orc.
Kiki Rock Legree.
Everything that was that man's is now yours. Go fetch it for him, God. You see one of the guards kind of waiting in disbelief, and then make his way in to the manor. You see him go through, rummage through a few things. I'll just leave it all here, ma'am. It's quite a bit to go through and bring it all out. She just looks. That's all right. He can go in there and he can just choose anything he wants. How about that? You see her walk over and look right at Esten, about 5 to 10 feet away. There. Now we're even. You see her turn and walk away. She says nothing. You see nothing. And that's the last that anybody knows or sees of her as she gets into a caravan and a carriage, and you hear it, and the horses trot away. One of the guards, well, I guess whatever's in there is yours. You see the body before you bleeding out, hacked and slashed, Esten in almost this rage. He looks directly at you. You hear him. You better hope you survive in the Colosseum. For tonight when I see you in the prison. Just wait. You see one of the guards walk in and physically start pulling him back and remove him. One of the guards leads you in. The rest of you, go back to training, you hear one of the guards say, as you guys all start going back to slamming and hitting onto the You guys basically go back to hitting onto the dummies and training, talking amongst yourselves. You notice that the body is brought over, and Kiki, after a few moments, you are brought inside. You see a chest before you. The guard looks at you as this body is just slumped inside and the door closed. All right. She actually said you can take anything. That means anything of level 1 value value in our armory here. You can take. Of normal rarity. Nothing magical. And don't go past that door. You see him point past you. The rest of you, as you all train, you wait a few moments and you know that your comrade Zeke or Kiki and Ensley have now gone missing. You all wait a few more moments. The training keeps on going on before a few of you see an individual being brought out. A few slaves. All right, you all will have one fight. This time, we brought in a little bit stronger muscle. We found a couple individuals off the street, make a few coin. You're not gonna kill them, but you are going to fight them. We're gonna give them some armor, and we're gonna make sure that you have a good bout. You see as these individuals start making their way into the field. The training, they start gathering what looks like basic armor as you see one after the other. You notice that one individual looks to be wearing noble attire. Everybody, bow before Theseus. He is here, and he is to train you all. The right hand and commander of training under Ulamir. You see as he walks forward, he starts looking at you, judging you all up and down. I've brought you something to train against. This should be nothing but fodder for you. Please, handle this, and handle this quickly. You notice that before you, you see dressed in some guard, and one individual that is different than the other two. A darkened-skinned orc amongst the three of you. They are outnumbered, but they will pose a valuable fight. You see him start taking a step back away from everyone else. You see the three start stepping forward. As this all takes place, this is where we're going to end today's session.
Aw, I fucking knew it.
We'll pick up here next week with Ensley's little escapade. Sorry we didn't get to that.
Okay.
I was surprised that we went past when we got to level 2.
We'll be surprised. But we'll pick up here next week. Kiki, I'll here in a second kind of tell you what you're able to choose and go over. The rest of you will be training, and if you guys do well in this fight, Barnabas, you will be able to remove your penalty if you go into the Coliseum. So don't lose this fight. Now, this is a non-lethal fight. You guys can make it lethal if you wish to, so remember that for next week. But yeah, so you guys technically have one item, your basic armaments, and that is where we will pick up next week. And we will pick up with Ensley doing his escapade first. So if I forget, please remind me, and then we will get into finishing your training before your fights. Does anybody have any questions before we end?
Nope.
Right, cool.
Right, thank you. That was incredible. Thank
great
you very
episode,
much
guys.
for running this, man.